President-elect Trump slamming Judge Merchan's decision to sentence him in New York City on Friday, posting this quote on Truth Social: "The legal system is broken, and businesses can't take a chance in getting caught up in this quicksand. It's all rigged. It's this case against a political opponent, me." And while DA Alvin Bragg and Merchan have their sights set on Trump, they're ignoring the rampant crime in New York City. I'm not kidding. Fox News legal analyst Jarrett writes Merchan is desperate to brand Trump as a convicted felon before his inauguration. He joins us now. Greg, you believe, and the president believes, this is personal.
Oh, absolutely. I think Merchan is desperate to stain the incoming president with the label convicted felon. And understand, Brian, under the law, Trump is not officially convicted of anything until he's formally sentenced, even though many in the media, of course, began immediately and incorrectly calling him a convicted felon when the jury verdict came in. And that was the whole goal of indicting Trump and putting him on trial. Democrats assumed their politically driven lawfare campaign would destroy him. Instead, it had the opposite effect. Voters saw it for what it was, a corrupt weaponization of the law, and it backfired spectacularly. Many Americans recognized this was a sham trial, a preordained outcome. It drove a lot of them to Donald Trump, and he won.
Right, and it dominated the election cycle. It just put to the side his whole primary challenge, and he, for better or for worse, he just dominated it. I know he just wants it over with and doesn't want to relive it, but just think about the consistency or the lack thereof. When you come to New York City and Alvin Bragg, another George Soros-funded DA who thinks criminal first, if you look at their misdemeanor and their downgrades, look at this full screen. You had 2,365 misdemeanors were downgraded from felonies. You had 2,188 to a violation of 1,193. So you have a situation where serious crimes are downgraded. When it comes to Trump, they put all these misdemeanors together to make it a felony and put him on trial.
Yeah, and it's, one of the reasons why these George Soros-funded progressive district attorneys have ruined major cities in blue states. And, Alvin Bragg is a prime example. If you're Trump, a misdemeanor business records violation somehow becomes a phantom felony. And in the end, nobody actually knew what he was convicted of. And it wasn't a unanimous jury verdict, the best we can tell. Nobody really knows. A bedrock violation. Bragg goes after, good Samaritans like Daniel Penny. Or a bodega worker who dared to defend himself when he was attacked. And he goes after a politician for purely political reasons. This is what Alvin Bragg has wrought to New York City.
So Monday, today, the election gets certified. Friday, they want him looking like he's a convicted criminal. But bottom line is that helped fuel the president's popularity. Eventually, of course, he'll probably appeal it. You said you need a conviction in order to appeal it, a sentence in order to appeal it. So maybe this is a painful part of the process that ultimately lead to its exoneration. Thanks, and you write about it on FoxNews.com. Thanks, Greg.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.